and bring these over.
Tink.
Katink. And we'll see if we're broadcasting soon. I'm sure we are. Hey, folks, welcome. GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast pre-show is starting up right now. And we will see if we are broadcasting, and it looks like we are. All right. I like it when we do that. All right. Good stuff. So, yeah, hey, welcome. Welcome to the pre-show. Good to have you along with us. Welcome to the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast pre-show. All right. Let's see.
Bible Man Rick says hello.
Oh, hey, Rick. How you doing, sir? All right. I got to get this set up. Otherwise, I will forget. Stupid earphones. I wonder if it's the earphones or your connector.
I don't know, but it's irritating.
I'm sorry.
Because I'll be listening to you and all of a sudden, nothing. I'm like,
it'll just go out?
Yeah.
That's odd.
Yeah.
That's like odd.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, so let me tell you about my pomegranate today.
The interesting fact of the day via...
Yeah.
I just realized our lights are not on.
Oh, they sure aren't. Would you like me to turn them on? Or
yeah, go ahead before we do the pomegranate story.
Before the pomegranate story.
Why, we'll keep the people,
in suspense.
In suspense as we're waiting for things, because I forgot to turn on the lights. So, hey, welcome, folks. If you're new to the show, welcome. We are just getting ready to do the pre-show. And if you've never been here before, this is our patron pre-show, where we go through and basically just get things set up for the show, make sure stuff is ready to get rolling and stuff, and go from there. So we test things like the sound and make sure the lights are on when they're not,
and his patience,
and test my patience, and especially when things don't work right. If it's consistently not working right and I can fix it beforehand, that's always so much easier. It's when things just kind of pop and
all right.
Go. Yeah. Hey, folks, welcome to the chat room. How's it going? Good to see you. And while you do that, I'm going to get this ready. So you did a pomegranate today. Yeah.
And it's entertaining because, first of all, I got to tell you a little backstory about me and fruit at work.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because no, we do not have Christmas with us tonight.
No, we're going to have him special for next week's show.
He will be here with us next week.
Yes. But I will find the link that you can actually see the YouTube version of Christmas.
Yeah, he is getting ready. He is getting his voice prepared. It has been a year. So he is getting his voice prepared, and I am getting my patience prepared for this.
We're going to do a crush course this year. And instead of having me do Christmas once a week for December, we're going to try to do one good send-off blast for him. But we will get you, for the people that are going through withdrawals of not listening to the telltone voice of Christmas and his talented way of doing jingle bells, we will give the link in our show notes on how to see the YouTube video that I created with him. So that will be there. All right, this should be set up. Excellent. Dun, 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 dun. I'm just getting stuff ready for next week.
Okay, so fruit. All right. Yeah, I know people are like, wow, squirrel. Yeah, it's genetic. So I should bring my mom on the show and you'll understand. So when I eat fruit at work, the guys at work, for some reason, act like I've never eaten fruit before in my entire life. And they're like, oh my gosh, isn't that apple delicious? Like they're encouraging me to eat more. Like I don't ever eat it at all, ever.
Green's more than just garnish. I'm just saying.
And I want to say, you know, it is quite possible and feasible that I eat fruit outside of work. And that I may have possibly eaten an apple before in my life.
Right.
So anyway, they act like I have never eaten fruit before and that they've never seen me eat a fruit ever.
Right.
at any rate. So they're encouraging me to eat more.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Positive thing, I guess, but it's just entertaining to me. Whatever. At any rate. Yeah. So one of the guys, I said, is anybody going to eat this pomegranate? Because people brought 2 baskets of fruit up there, which is awesome. I've been eating fruit like
at the fire department.
Crazy.
You get a lot of stuff during the holidays, I would imagine.
Yes. Normally it's cookies and brownies and all the stuff that I love, but should not eat. So it's 2 huge baskets of fruit. And so I've been eating fruit like crazy over the last couple of weeks. And I said, is anybody going to eat this pomegranate?
Mm-hmm.
And bless his heart, I love this guy. He is awesome. Howard says, you should eat it.
I don't think I've ever actually just had a pomegranate.
I had never had one. I said, you know what? I've never had a pomegranate, so I think I should try it. And I said, I have no idea how to open this thing.
Mm-hmm.
He said, let me show you. He was so excited. This coming from a guy who eats 2 meals a day to lose weight.
Okay.
So he gets out his knife and he cuts it open. He says, see how the juice comes out of the pomegranate?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yes.
Pomegranate juice.
I love pomegranate juice. I've just never eaten the seeds.
Right.
So he cuts it up for me. He's wearing a white shirt. He cuts it up for me, bless him. And he puts it in a bowl for me. He goes, there you go. All right. So I proceed to get all these seeds out, got all the seeds out. So I eat the pomegranate seed. I eat a pomegranate seed.
Are you supposed to?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just going to say, most fruit that I know of, you usually don't.
Yep. You eat the little seed, but it's got this little white thing on the inside of the seed, and it's crunchy. And I was like, I don't really like that.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe the more I eat, maybe I'll like it.
Kind of like grape nuts?
I actually like grape nuts.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Yeah. So, yeah, I know. A lot of people don't like grape nuts. So
I love grape nuts. I mean,
I kept eating them, and I'm like, I really don't like this. I really don't like the little white thing on the inside of the seed because I didn't eat the white fleshy part of the pomegranate. So I eventually, and this is pretty bad, so I apologize. I eventually just put the seeds in my mouth, squished them all up, got the juice out, and ate the little fleshy part and spit out the white things.
Is that proper?
I don't know. It's my first pomegranate.
You're supposed to
I
eat
don't
the
know
seeds
pomegranate etiquette.
Pomegranate etiquette.
I don't know it.
Wow.
I don't know. So I know I was not supposed to eat the fleshy part. I got out all the seeds and I threw the fleshy part away.
Right.
So that's awesome. So yeah.
Got me there.
Yeah. So I'm like not chewing on the white thing on the inside of the seed. And apparently you can eat that.
Right. I imagine it's good fiber.
I'm not a fan. So I just ate the little
wow. So what was the fleshy part? Because isn't pomegranate like a very, very tart fruit?
Yeah, but it's really good. It's really good.
All right.
They add sugar to the juice to make it sweeter. But
yeah, because I've had different type of juices in the past that had pomegranate in it, and you can get the bitter taste, and it's like, okay, I don't know if I would actually want to eat a pomegranate.
It's really good.
Right.
Yeah, it's not turn your mouth inside out.
Right. It's not like grape juice bad or no. Mm-mm. Okay. Well, there you go. There's your.
It's really good.
There's your fruit fact for the day.
Yeah, but it was just funny the way and one girl yes, kind of like an unripe kiwi.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, those are actually, I love kiwi, but unripe kiwi is not my favorite.
Yeah. There was kiwis in the basket too.
Yeah, I like kiwis.
I love kiwis.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You got to get past the tough, chewy, crunchy part, but
what kind of kiwi are you eating?
It's just one of those.
You're not eating the people kiwi.
No, one of the bird kiwi.
I didn't know there was a bird kiwi.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the exotic fruits are fun. I mean, you can get some pretty interesting ones, but I'm not would not go out of my way to get a pomegranate.
I probably would now.
Yeah. Okay.
But it would have to be a pretty special occasion.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, interesting. A pomegranate holds 613 seeds. Do you know, I love our people. We get all the fun facts.
Yeah, I believe it after opening one today. That was crazy.
Yes.
It filled up half a big, our big glass bowls.
Right.
It filled up about half of those.
Really?
Yes.
That's a lot coming out of a little fruit.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, he cut it open and I thought, that's not a lot of seeds. But then you pulled it back.
And it just spills.
And it's like, holy cow.
Apparently they're very prolific when it comes to...
yeah, they're a little buried in there in their little protective seed hatchery thing.
Wow. Yeah, so that's how that goes. And yeah, that's our fruit fact for the day. Thank you. It was good. Wow, I got nothing.
Yeah, I got antioxidants going on in me now.
I ate half a, questionable banana, and that was pretty much as far as I went as far as fruit goes.
Yeah, mine was not questionable.
When you go to open up the banana and it's already kind of like banana pudding, I'm just saying.
Ew.
No, actually I don't like it that way. I like my bananas greenish.
Yes,
I
know.
A little more green than not.
I like mine yellow and not mushy and black.
Okay. Now, do they make like pomegranate bread like you would a banana bread type thing?
I've never had that.
Huh. I'm just saying that would be interesting. In the time of year where you get doorstops for Christmas gifts,
AKA fruitcake,
I would not doubt somebody somewhere said, and there we go. We had a link in the chat room for whole and sliced pomegranates.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Good stuff. Anyways, that's how it's going.
I love pomegranates.
So yeah, here we are. It is.
I dyed my hair pomegranate one time.
Did you?
Yes, and clearly did not know what color pomegranates were at the time. And I was so upset because it was like this purpley red.
Yes.
Instead of a red.
Right.
Which I was going for. I was so upset and crying and called my mom. And she said, well, honey, what color did you think pomegranates were?
Yeah. That's kind of a need to know kind of thing.
No sympathy whatsoever. And she was laughing.
Yeah. It's when they laugh and point is what gets me. I'm just saying.
I'm like, my hair's purple.
Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't care.
Don't do that.
She's like, well, what color do you think pomegranates were?
Unlike my daughter who's...
on purpose doing purple.
Weird colors and, wow, I'm Ronald McDonald Orange and everybody loves me. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah. And she gets upset when it's not bright enough.
Yeah. And now it's black cherry.
It actually looks really good.
It actually looks good. It's black with red kind of highlights to it.
Yeah.
So she didn't intend it to be like that, but that's what she got.
Oh, we apparently need to check on somebody's prize because they haven't received it since October.
We've got another batch going out in another couple of days.
Since October.
Yeah. All right. Well, sometimes with the email, what just went on this? With the way that our mail company here is a little quirky sometimes, and I've actually had a couple of prizes get quote unquote stuck where they find them later for some reason and then they go out. So I apologize if things are taking longer than it is normally to get out, but sometimes that does happen. And like I said, I've got another batch going out this week. So we'll have more prizes going out. So if you've got prizes coming, expect them and we'll go from there. All right. Good stuff. Let's see other fun stuff. We are midway now. It's the 10th of December. I can't believe it. And it has been interesting how we go. We went through the schedule and I had noticed that we've got the 10th today. We've got the 17th, which is next week. The following week after that is Christmas Eve. And the following week after that is New Year's Eve. So wife Amy came up with the idea. We should do a best of on Christmas Eve and a best of on New Year's Eve, because we plan on having a couple of events that we're going to be attending family wise and all the rest of that. So those we'll have a show this week. We'll have a show next week. And then on the 24th and the 31st, we'll have some best of GeoSnippits out. We'll have a montage of things.
Yeah, sure.
And go. And yes, I'm sure we'll feature Chris Moose.
By we, he means he.
Yes, we may actually have Chris Moose go through and maybe host it. I don't know. We'll have to figure something.
Yeah, because
that would be funny.
I can't do it.
I'm just saying. So yeah, we'll do that. And so because we've only got a couple of weeks this month, and the way things went with the couple of weeks that should have been that didn't.
Dude, this month has just been...
It's been crazy since Thanksgiving. So what we are going to do, we were going to do the entire month of December for GX Proxy as the sponsor of the month. We've got a ton of stuff. I was just going through the prizes tonight, matter of fact, for that. We've got some excellent prizes for it, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to hold off and do it for the month of January. So that way...
For 2 weeks.
For the whole month.
Oh, okay.
We'll do for the whole month of January.
Okay.
For
I misunderstood what you said earlier then.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, because we only have 2 weeks this month, there's just no sense.
Yeah, I mean.
So we'll do a promotion for GX Proxy.
Their month got kind of jacked up.
Yeah, it got jacked up. So I think what we'll end up doing is we'll go through, and the prizes are cool. You're gonna love it. I'll tell you right now, for the people that are waiting for the grand prize, what we'll have for GX Proxy, I can tell now what it is. We are going to give away the complete 4 GeoCoin set of Davy Jones.
Cool.
The entire 4 coin set is going to be the grand prize, and we're going to be giving away GX Proxy goodie bags with things like GeoCoins and other stuff from GX Proxy all through the month of January as well. So that will be starting up after the 1st, and we will go from there. So this month we're just going to kind of kick into mellow mode for this week and next week, and like I said, the montage for the following 2 weeks, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be the best way to go from that. So how's your holidays going for geocaching? Have you been going out and doing things and traveling and visiting folks, that type of stuff? And have you been able to get some geocaching in with that?
No.
I haven't. I've actually had a medical issue over the past 2 weeks with my legs.
You should be about done.
It's almost done. I'm still on antibiotics. Let's put it that way. I ended up getting cellulitis. Mm-hmm. in my legs really bad, and they still don't know what exactly caused it, but I'm actually going to go get things checked out next week with a specialist just to make sure everything's hunky-dory. But it was really bad, very painful, and I just couldn't get out and go geocaching. And it's kind of sucked because we have not really been able to go out geocaching for a couple months now. It's just been rough. We've just had too many things going on personal wise and just haven't been able to do it. So I want to get back out there. I want to get out there and start doing stuff again. And even though it's cooling down now for wife Amy, she's almost...
It won't be this weekend.
No, she's going to be watching the kids again like last week. If you watched last week's show where I kind of muddled through the best I could.
I was on location.
Well,
now,
yes.
I found out what happened with the internet last week.
Okay, what happened?
One of the cats stepped on the router and turned it off.
There you go.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. Why do you put your router so close to the floor that your cats can step on it and turn it off?
Is it like ours where we used to have the power strip on the floor?
Dude, I don't know. I don't even know where the router is.
Well, I would do it.
She's like, did it get turned off? I'm like, I don't even know where your freaking router is, man. I didn't turn it off.
Yeah. So one of the cats probably did.
So, yeah. So I get to go play with kittens again. And newfies.
And newfies this time. So this should be fun.
Yes. Yes, you did get to see kittens, and I get to go see those same kittens again.
Yes. So we'll take pictures and The Newfies are awesome. I love Megan and RJ. They're great dogs.
Yeah, RJ barked at me and hid last time. I'm like, are you kidding me?
150-pound dog go woof and hide
and run into the kitchen. I'm like, really?
Yeah. So good stuff.
Yeah.
So that'll be next week. But Amy's not exactly. Amy is a fair weather geocacher.
I am. I don't want it too hot, and I don't want it too cold or snowy or raining.
Yes.
I want it to be nice weather.
Or windy or, yeah.
No, I can deal with the wind.
If it's coming out of the east, too much, can't do it.
No, I can deal with the wind.
Yeah.
But I don't cache in the rain, and I don't cache in the snow.
Right.
And I don't cache in the searing heat.
Right.
I don't do well with the heat.
So if you keep this up, you're going to have about 3 weeks worth of geocaching to do, and that's it.
All right.
I like a little bit better. Now, I have to admit, Scott Burks, if you've got Periscope, by all means, make sure you get Scott Burks and us in your Periscope, because we do actually do Periscopes every once in a while as well. Once we get out more than the little bit that we've had over the past couple of weeks. But if you watch Scott Burks, he was out traveling the past couple of weeks in Indiana. And ended up getting a lot of cool stuff out there and in the snow, and that made for some good podcasting with Periscope. So that was pretty cool.
I apologize.
Why? I love it. See, now I got her.
Yeah,
she's stuck. She's trying to breathe. Or not breathe and not. So now I'm just waiting.
Stop.
For it to happen. Because it's an involuntary response. Either that or her head's going to explode.
Yeah,
That'll be one of the...
like it's like right here and I can't.
Oh, she'll hit me later. It's great. Good stuff tonight. We've got an interesting subject tonight, a little bit on the techie end. We are going to be talking about, well, thank you. Oh, great. Wow.
See, this is what you get for not telling me beforehand.
I did tell you.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Uh-uh.
And you get the memo?
No. Do I ever?
Usually not.
All right, then.
All right. Tonight we're going to be talking about for stocking stuffers. There's a really good thing that you might want to consider, which is usually not too pricey, and is absolutely a plus when it comes to for geocachers, and that is almost pomegranate red. I'm just saying. Is about understanding portable battery chargers.
I love portable battery chargers.
Yes, let's rephrase that. She loves my portable battery chargers.
You have two, so one of them is mine.
Right, the one that's got charge. If the other one doesn't have charge, then suddenly that one's yours. Yeah. Yes.
Whatever the one has charge is mine.
Yes. And so you see, this is why I can't have nice things.
No, that's not the reason.
So
I blame Hector for that.
Okay. Fair enough. But yeah. So that's all part of the fun.
So anyway,
we are going to be talking about those tonight and some of the terminologies for it, so that if you get out and if you're, you've come across a place in a department store or online or whatever, and you go, well, which one's the right one for me? This will be a good show for you to listen in on, so that you can understand some of the terminology and some of the things to look for when you go out to buy a battery charger, because that really does seem to be the thing now, especially for people that no longer even want to take their charger by the TV and at their favorite comfy seat. Now they just go, my phone's died, give me the charger. And away it goes.
Amanda does that all the time.
Wow. Because we'll be sitting there and we'll be watching TV, and all of a sudden I'll hear, and it's like, where's the charger?
Yeah.
You mean the one that you forgot to recharge? That I did? Uh-huh. It's in the other bedroom. Well,
that would be the one.
Would you go get it, please? And that's the way we go. So,
that's how we roll here. And then he goes to get it.
And then they go and get it for her and be the
And he's
nice.
like, why don't you just charge your phone? I'm like,
yes.
Because we have these batteries.
We have chargers by our desks at work. We have chargers in our cars. I
did not have charger in my car because you had my charger in your car.
No, it's in your car now.
For the longest time.
Yes.
It just got in my car yesterday.
Yes.
So now I don't have that problem.
And that's only because you borrowed my car and brought your charger with you that one time, and there it stayed.
Yeah. I was nice and left it in there.
Yes, until you remembered that it was there.
Until I needed it.
Yes.
My phone died.
Exactly.
I'm like, hey, can I have my charger back? My phone is like dead, won't turn on dead.
Yes. Like you turn it on and the little symbol to the battery kind of goes and then fades. It's
it didn't even make a sound. It just died.
And it's gone.
Yeah.
Do people even buy extra batteries for phones anymore?
I don't know. I don't.
I mean, they used to. If you wanted to have,
I'd used to buy extra batteries.
Yeah, you'd buy the extra batteries and
then
you would
just charge the battery
and just you swap it when you remembered it.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, it's dying.
Yeah,
swap out the battery.
Right.
But then my problem is I would have forgotten to charge the other battery.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's my problem.
My point.
So
exactly.
Now that I have you.
Yes.
I have all these gadgets.
Yes, when I met you, you were hobbling with a little beat up tablet that didn't work, and called it your computer.
Yeah, and then I had this little itty phone.
Yeah, a little beat up phone from 1974.
Yeah, that held two little apps.
Yeah, it wasn't even a flip phone; it was just a and it just.
It wasn't even a flip phone. Come on. It was called a smartphone, but I think it was a SMA.
Yes, exactly.
Now I actually have a smartphone.
Yay!
Yay!
Wow.
And a tablet.
Ish
right now.
And well, it should be working all right.
Yeah.
Since I upgraded the
I think I need to charge it.
There you go. Wow, these electronic devices would work so much better if I just remember to charge them.
I actually read my books on them.
So thus you see why.
But I've been doing my cross stitch more.
Yes, the world of which I am in.
So, yeah, your world's
all right. Well, it's 8:30, folks. Thanks for stopping on by for the pre-show. We're going to jump into
such as it was
GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast.
Pomegranate and lack of charging stuff.
Lack of charging stuff in my life in a nutshell. I'm just saying. All right. So I'm going to have you.
Your life would be so dull without me.
It would. As he flips the sign, rolling his eyes. All right, sit back, relax, get your favorite snack, your favorite libation. The GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast is about to start. Oh, and just about now. Well, hello, and welcome to the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. I'm your host, Andy HeadHardHat Smith, and I'm here with the wonderful, the delightful, the lovely wife, Amy, who is sitting here showing off her very stylish Santa coffee mug. You know, it's interesting. We have those out, and they are on for, you know, we're here for like 2 weeks for the 3 weeks for the holiday season. And those coffee mugs just come out all year round. Why is it? I mean, it's porcelain that holds liquid, and yet in the middle of like July, I just can't take it to actually use a Christmas coffee mug.
I don't care. It holds liquid. I really don't care what's on the outside.
Depending on how bad I need the coffee, it dictates how bad I feel is what's on the outside of the cup. So, yeah, hey, welcome, folks. This is GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. We're recorded live at the GeoSnippits Studios here in Raleigh, North Carolina on December 10th, 2015. Yeah, good stuff. We got some really good things for you, and let's just kind of jump right into this. We're going to have a couple of changes, and I want to get that out of the way right now, so people's expectations are set up. One,
so you don't have high expectations.
So you don't have high expectations. Please lower the bar. Keep it down, because that one keeps things going well. But what we are going to do, we were going to have the sponsorship program for GX Proxy for the month of December. Well, we had things kind of get messed up with us in Thanksgiving time. Couldn't do a couple of shows, did some catch-up stuff. And literally, we realized that it's the 10th this week, and it's the 17th next week. 2 weeks after, or the next week after that is Christmas Eve, and the next week after that's going to be New Year's Eve. Mm-hmm. And so what we're going to end up doing is we're going to do a live show tonight. We're going to do a live show on the 17th. And on the 24th and the 31st, we're going to have some best of montage episodes. With Chris Moose possibly hosting at least one of them. So
and Chris Moose.
Yes, and so actually we could try that and see what. Look at the lips.
I'm out.
So
I will be cross stitching.
All right. So basically, that's what's going to happen. We're going to have a live show tonight and next week. Montage on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve with Chris Moose. And go that way. So for the month of January in 2016, we will do the whole month for GX Proxy, and we got some really cool prizes for you waiting. And we'll have a lot of fun with that. But I wanted to get that out of the way, so that way you guys know exactly what we're doing and when. All right, let's see. Geocaching wise, really did not get a lot going. I am still.
You can do anything.
I'm on the mend, is basically what it is. If you caught last week's show where I kind of squeaked through, wife Amy was on location and had communication problems, and I tried the best. Thanks to the cats turning off the router. We were, go figure. So we did the best we could with last week's show.
Yeah.
And so you could tell a distinct difference between then and now, where you can heckle me and straight through.
Yeah, man. If I don't have anybody to talk to.
Yeah, she didn't have a chat room. She didn't have anybody to talk to. She didn't have anybody to poke with her hand Tourette's.
I was bored.
Yeah. So just saying. Yeah. So
yeah,
that's how that went.
Weird.
But yeah,
I just sat there. It was like watching the show.
Yeah.
Like, man, it's no fun without her. I
couldn't agree more. Yeah. So needless to say, I've been on the mends. I had some problems with my legs, and cellulitis is what I ended up getting fairly bad in my left leg, especially. And so it's on the mend. Things are going, but I am dying to get out and do some serious geocaching, even though it's now getting into the 50s out there. So I don't know if wife Amy can get a parka big enough to go geocaching. Stop. But that's what we're going to hope to do very, very shortly once my legs get a little bit better. Because the kicker is, if I start walking on them, they get all inflamed again, and that's not fun. So we'll give it another week or two and then start doing some serious geocaching again. I can't wait. All right, so you say to yourself, how do you get in and watch the live show and generally get in touch with wife Amy, who is obviously so desperately needed, or the other guy, the bloke next to her? It's very simple. Watch the live feed and join us in the chat room by going to www.geosnippits.com on Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have our social media links. If you go to the upper right-hand corner of geosnippits.com or geosnippitsreboot.com, and click on any of the social links there, you can hook up with Facebook, Twitter, and all the other social medias. Definitely consider putting us in with Periscope as well. And also get us in your Google Plus circle tables, because a lot of times we get a lot of information we ask from different geocachers that we take and put directly into the show. Finally, we also have our voicemail line where you can call in your questions, your comments, your suggestions by calling 919-341-9519. Or you don't even have to worry about that. Just go over to geosnippets.com or geosnippetsreboot.com, and on the right side of the screen is our send voicemail tab. Click onto that, and you can get up to 3 minutes to tell us anything you'd like about geocaching, milestones, things that you've accomplished, things that you'd like to see on the show, comments about past shows, all those type of things, and we will get them up on the show. The cool thing is they're free, and please, by all means, give it a try. We love hearing from you. And this week, wife Amy, we have some viewer feedback about something that was brought up in episode 136. So I'll let you go ahead and do that.
Oh, okay. It says, Andy, in regards to episode 136, would you consider mentioning that it is a bad idea to use old pill bottles as candy containers, like you mentioned on the last podcast? Children confuse medication for candy often enough as it is without having them come out of the same kind of container. It really struck me as a poor recommendation. Otherwise, there were a lot of good ideas. Thanks for the show, Chris.
You know,
I think that is fantastic.
I didn't even realize it. What we ended up doing was talking about ways of repurposing pill bottles, because geocachers use pill bottles for containers all the time. What other things can you do? Now, the perspective that I took with it is, especially for little kids, is when if you've got one of the larger pill bottles around in your car that's empty, a lot of times in the examples that they gave there, they colored them. They, put colored them with paper and wrapping, and it didn't look like a pill bottle. It looked like a container. But the way that I was looking at it was that when little kids, a lot of times they'll open up a package of M&Ms or some other candy, and you've got all these little free-floating candies all over the place.
You have to have somewhere to put them.
Wouldn't it be cool to have a container that you can put this stuff in and just have it because of that? So that's what I was thinking. I didn't even realize.
I completely understand what he's saying.
The other thinking of, and I totally agree with that, of having the association of candy and pill bottles
and medication.
So thank you, Chris, for bringing that up. That is an excellent idea. I don't know why I didn't think about it.
Yeah. And there's, he may, Chris, I don't know what you do for a living, but he may, it wouldn't shock me to know that he works in the medical field.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because a lot of times
accidental dosage from kids getting into something and thinking it's candy.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. So yeah, absolutely.
And a lot of times pharmacists will, not pharmacists, but the manufacturers of these drugs will make it taste like candy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So kids will just eat it and think it's candy.
Yeah, and then to just purposely have candy in it, you're just asking for a potential of some other kind of.
Thank you, Chris, for bringing that to our attention.
Very, very cool. So thank you again for bringing it up. Okay, another reminder that we talked about just a little bit, but I have it in my show notes here. Next month, GX Proxy will be our sponsor of the month. I'll tell you right now what the grand prize is going to be, and it's a beaut. We are giving away as the grand prize in January 2016. We are going to give away to one lucky winner the entire 4 GeoCoin set of Davy Jones.
It is awesome.
They are awesome GeoCoins. We have one separate one that we have that's in black that we were going to keep separate, and we're going to now for sure, because we have an entire set. A complete set of 4 GeoCoins. They're all different colors, different metals.
They're gorgeous.
And they are beautifully done. Gorgeous stuff. It's a Chris Mackey, and it is a fantastic coin. And so next month, we are giving away as the grand prize the entire Davy Jones set to one lucky person. And each week for GX Proxy, we are going to have GX Proxy goodie bags that are going to consist of a whole bunch of the cool things, because we get so many cool compliments about this. All the cool little swag stuff. Matter of fact, we're giving away one tonight like that. Plus, in each one of the bags is going to be a specialized geocoin for each week for GX Proxy. So we're going to do that as well. Again, starts in January 2016. So keep your calendars set up, and plus we will be giving live giveaways then as well. All right, next, our GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast Geocaching Poll of the Week. And this one was kind of interesting, kind of holiday orientated. And I'm going to go to it live right now, and we shall see what we have. And wife Amy, if you would be so kind as to read out what the poll for the week is.
All right. Do you have a geocaching holiday ornament you display for the holidays?
All right. And you have a choice, yes or
no. I'm like, where's the answer?
I don't get it.
Oh, I don't understand. Oh, I remember that picture.
Yes.
And 27% say yes, and 73% of you say no.
Geocachers.
What?
Don't put out geocaching items on the holiday trees. I almost said Christmas because it's not just Christmas. They're holiday directions.
I am disappointed.
I am. Let's see. We've got a couple of compliments.
Someone here is still new, so they don't have much of anything yet.
Okay, that's fair.
We'll fair enough.
There's still time.
I don't have any ornaments. I use his, so fair enough.
Go figure.
Boo Boo and I found a homemade Christmas.
I have no idea why I did that.
Dude?
It just went loading.
Oh, it brought up the World Health Organization because I said Boo Boo.
Thank you, Cortana. Oh my gosh. All right.
You're going to have to turn that off.
Let's bring that back.
Okay. That person and I found homemade Christmas ornament at a Christmas themed geocache earlier this year. We will be displaying it on our tree this year for the first time. That's awesome.
Yep.
Do not have one, but have been thinking about finding one. I think you should.
Yes.
You can always make one.
Yes.
Get some glue and glitter.
Yep.
We will have the micro ammo can geocaching.com sales on our tree. That's cool.
I love it.
Yeah. We've been thinking of making it a game for the kids. Whomever finds it first gets a special gift. First to find. That's
first to find on the Christmas tree. I like that.
Yeah. You got to turn Cortana off, man.
Yeah, I know. So
that's the World Health Organization
for saying boo boo. So there you go. Some specialty things for whether you put on the tree. Now, one of the things that I received as a gift from, I think Amanda got for me many, many years ago. If you go to Frankenmuth, Michigan, which is like the Christmas capital of the world, she's been there. Matter of fact, the picture we put for the poll is from us being at
Kim. Has had a magazine from Bronner's.
Okay, and Bronner's is one of the main companies there that
I did not look in it, but it was very tempting.
Yes, and one of the cool things that you could get was a actual Christmas ornament, hand-blown Christmas ornament that actually had the word geocaching on it. So I thought that we were set. They've got them there, so you can check out Bronner's on the internet.
I need to tell you something. I'll listen to Doc Firewoman's video.
Okay.
She did a video of her whole house with her Christmas stuff.
Okay.
Impressive. If you have not seen this video, you really should.
Right.
At any rate, she put her path tags on one of her trees.
Oh, neat.
I'm like, what a cool idea.
One of the things we're giving away tonight is our goodie bag that we're having for the Cash Dash is a path tag pendant that you could very easily put that on as a Christmas ornament. I'm just saying. Oh, see, now she didn't realize. That's what happens when you don't go to the meetings.
You don't invite me.
That's besides the point. They're much more productive that way. All right, good stuff. Thank you, folks, for everybody that participated with the poll. And yeah, come on, geocachers, get your stuff out for the holidays. Geocaching rocks. We're in the holidays. Just ask us. Let's move on. Tonight's episode is brought to you in part by, this is so nice where I don't have to do all of it. Tonight's episode is brought to you in part by cache-advance.com for all your geocaching needs. Cache-advance.com, go find it.
And also by coinsandpins.com, the best place to get custom coins, geocoins, lapel pins, and patches made. Go through our GeoSnippits links and use the promo code HeadHardHat for a 10% discount. And FYI for our listeners, you can sign up for their newsletter to get notified of when new coins and patches are available for sale. We're also very thankful to all of our sponsors, and if you want to see more of their products, be sure to go to our GeoSnippits websites and simply click on their logos. Not only do you get great deals, but it helps our program as well.
Absolutely.
And it is really weird listening to you say that stuff.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's wrong.
It's off.
It's
yeah.
just
I'm like,
wrong.
don't be saying my stuff.
Moving on. Yeehaw! Yep. Understanding portable battery chargers. GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast episode 138. That's right. It is that time of year for the holidays, and people are always looking out for different things that you can give out for, stocking stuffers and that extra gift for somebody that comes on by. And for geocachers, boy, I think we've got a pretty good mesh out there of different type of things that you can get for us at any given time. I'm just saying.
Sure.
And one of the things that I thought would be great, since we'll get a little more on the techie end of things, is understanding portable battery chargers. Now, I have two of mine here. They come in different sizes. There's
that's mine.
Yes.
The little one.
There are these, what I refer to as the credit card size.
Yeah, that's mine.
And also the other thicker one that I have here, where
that's his. I don't.
Where
like
I kind of call the small brick size. You can get other sizes for them. They have the, what I refer to as the chewing gum container size, which looks like a giant lipstick container.
Lipstick taser.
There you go. Thank you. Very nicely done. They come in that size, and also you can get the big packs. Thank you for the plug. I like that. That was good. And you say,
it came to my head.
It did very nicely.
Out my mouth.
Very nicely. And recorded.
Awesome.
That's good. I'll watch the spike when I get the all right. And yes, of course, the number one rule is you always say that after you do it.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
I did not see you there.
I did. Or there.
Or there.
Yes. All right. So people say, why battery chargers, Andy? What's the big deal? Well,
why'd you marry her?
That's the other question he has. I do not have enough time to show any ghosts for so long. But right now, we are in an age where geocachers tend to use their cell phones a whole lot more now than we used to do with our GPSR units. And the GPSR units was one of those things where you could throw a couple AA's in there and pretty much last for a week. I mean, it really did not drain that bad when it comes to battery life.
Keeping you awake?
I'm trying. You have the coffee. I don't. The smartphones, on the other hand, are little vampiric devices that will suck the life. Yes. Well, you are very good. I like that. Who missed sound effects? Wow.
It's like the rate suckers for the insurance company.
Yes, only less glass lips. Anyways, so you use your smartphone. Yeah, try to get that picture out of your head. You use the smartphone all the time. And we use it for our pictures, our GPS units. And I'm going to get through this darn bullet point if it kills me. Let alone the other stuff like Periscope or your wife digging through social media while she's trying to do geocaching, take pictures, and record herself on Periscope. I'm just saying.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead.
So anyways.
I'm multitasking.
Yes. And so the battery life just kind of goes and gone. Mm-hmm. So having an extra portable battery charger or two may behoove you. But the kicker is What do you get? What do you look for when you're actually looking for battery chargers? What key buzzwords should you be aware of when you're making a purchase so that you know you're getting the bang for the buck? Let's see. I'm just reading over the other part. The other stuff that we have besides smartphones, of course, are our tablets, our iPad Airs, our Nexus 7s, our, things like that. Each device uses a certain amount of energy and has a certain amount of minutes allowed for battery life. And the bigger, the better when it comes to needing power.
The gooder,
the much gooder, bigger.
The more gooder, the more better.
Yes. But it takes more life to keep going. And it also takes more charge to charge them back up.
Yes.
So this is some of the things that we're going to talk about tonight when it comes to the battery charges and going from there. So like I said, you can go from lipstick taser size.
Lipstick taser.
Normally in a case like this, I want you to remember the first thing, and it's actually M-A-H, Ma. Is a term that I want.
My battery.
Your battery. My battery. You're going to want to remember that. Now, say, for example, I'm going to throw some numbers here, and then I'm going to explain what Ma means.
It means Ma.
Not my as in mine. Ma. Anyways, the lipstick taser size chargers usually have about 2,000 Ma ability. This has to do with the amount of energy that it holds. The credit card size, which is this guy here, has about 4,000, give or take. The smaller ones, the smaller flat battery packs, have about 4,000 Ma. The small brick size, which is this guy here, the big thick thing that I love using all the time.
10,000 Ma.
It's about 10,000 Ma on average. And then you can get the super large capacity ones where you can get 80,000 Ma. So you're saying, Andy, what are you talking about? What is Ma? Well, let's kind of go over some of the terms that you consider. The capacity of a battery is measured in M-A-H, or milliampere hours. I call it Ma, M-A-H. This is basically the principal measuring stick that you use to determine how much juice your battery can hold and how long comparatively, how long the battery is going to last. Now, your smartphones, each have a Ma or a milliampere rating as well. And what you need to do is to find out, like, say, for example, a Galaxy S5 has a milliampere hour of 2,800 Ma. All right. So just remember 2,800. An iPad Air, which uses much more battery use, has about almost 12,000. In other words, 11,560 Ma. Keep that in mind. I'll put this all together in a second. So if you had a Galaxy S5 and an iPad Air with you, and you wanted to double the amount of battery life, so in other words, the battery that exists in the devices, and keep an extra amount of battery life beyond that, you would need to add those two up, which would give you 14,360 Ma total, or milliampere hours. All right? Hope I didn't blow everybody out of the water yet. The main idea is you find out how much juice your device uses for a full charge, and you add them together if you're going to charge two devices at the same time. That is the measuring stick you go when you actually look at the battery charges. So, for example, for this guy here, this one has about 10,000 mAh, 10,000 Ma of charge, which means if I was just to charge my Galaxy S5 on it, my Galaxy S5 could drain all the way, and I would have just about enough in this to recharge it 2, possibly almost 3 times. Because my Galaxy S5 has about 2,800 Ma, this has about 10,000 hold. so you can recharge it twice. If I wanted to use my iPad Air and this together, I wouldn't be able to charge both devices twice because it doesn't have enough juice. Because I would need 14,000, this only holds 10. So that's the thing that you really want to keep in mind when you're buying a battery pack is the devices that you're going to use to charge at one time and how many times you want to recharge them compared to how much the juice and how much mAh that these hold. So I know that's throwing a lot of numbers together, but that's what you want to compare with that when you're actually looking for it. Some of the other things that you also want to compare when it comes to devices like this is the output amp. Now, this one actually has 2 different ports on the outside. And if you look at the ports on this one says 1 amp and the other one says 2.4 amps. Those are the standard amount of amps you're going to see coming out of a battery pack like this. And what that means is how much juice comes out of that port. So if you were to put the cable into the 1 amp, Miss Amy, if you were to put the cable in the 1 amp port and you plugged it into your smartphone, which would charge faster your smartphone, the 1 amp or the 2.4?
2.4.
2.4, because there's more output that comes out with it. Very good. Good guess. You were very good.
Thank you.
So that's how you keep in mind with this. If you are in a situation where you're out geocaching and you just want to keep your smartphone topped off, so in other words, it's not draining like somebody I know who constantly is using it on a regular basis and leaving it on.
My phone dies.
That's what these are for.
Right.
If you want to just keep it topped off as you're hiking down the greenways looking for geocaches, you probably only want to put it in the 1 amp because it's just going to give just enough juice to keep the phone charged at 100%.
Unfortunately, I did not know there was a difference between the holes.
Now you're learning. See, there you go. So when you're going through, you'll put the 1 amp if you're just trying to top it off. If you're running it continuously like somebody I know, and you still want to keep your phone topped off and run it like a mad dog through 5 different applications, you're probably going to want to plug it into the 2.4 because that's going to give it more juice to keep it topped off. I love the look I'm getting, the look of death. It's great. Anyway, so that's how that works. So the output, usually you'll see 1 and or 2 ports, sometimes 3, rarely, that you'll see on a standard charger brick like this. But you'll usually see 2. And if you're wondering what the 1 amp and the 2.4 amp is, that's what it is. It's the amount of ampage going out of the battery to the device. So that's what that works as. The other part that you might want to consider is input amps. And basically what that is on one of the sides of it is going to have another little teeny connector for your USB cable that plugs into it. And that's how it charges. And
they want to know if they're expensive.
Yes. No, it varies on what it goes by. And it's varied by, believe it or not, the amount of MAH. So in other words, if you get a lipstick taser, you can get those for $10 or $12. Now they only have maybe 2,000 MAH, but you're getting what you paid for a case like that. This guy was $45, but it has 10,000 MAH.
Still not bad.
Still not bad. The big one that I was talking for, you can get into the $150, $200 range for the.
And I will tell you that this big one right here, I'm not a fan of it only because of its size.
Yeah.
I like the battery itself.
Yeah.
Because it will charge your phone like that.
Yeah. And you put it to the 2.4 and it'll charge it
and
right up.
You unplug it, turn it off, and you got it for another time.
Yeah.
So it's worth the money.
Yes.
It is worth the money.
Again, if you've got a standard smartphone that does say 3,000 MAH for it, if you get a lipstick taser, which has 2,600 say in it, it's not going to double charge it completely, but it'll keep it topped off for a good few hours to keep you going while you're, depending on how much you're using it. So for $10,
if you just need something just to get you through to something else, then it's fine.
Right. But if you're out in the middle of the woods and you need something that's going to keep you going, get something like this.
Yeah.
Because this is way that goes.
They're worth the money.
Yeah. So basically, input amp is the amount of energy going back in to recharge the battery pack, and that can vary slightly. But just keep in mind, the more input amps that go into it, the faster it'll charge. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it can take 6 hours to fully charge. Sometimes it can take 10, 12 hours to fully charge. It depends on how much the input amps are on those. There is a term that you might want to consider called long-term charge storage. Not all battery packs are used for this, but basically what happens is, now this is not a long-term, either one of these are long-term storage. If you charge this up and let it set for a week and a half, it's going to be empty over time. It's going to drain. The ones that you can get for long-term storage, you can charge those puppies up and set them in. It's like a Duracell battery. They're good for 15 years and they just sit there. It works similar to that. Long terms, you can keep the storage that way, but you pay the price for it. Smart Charge, there is a technology that helps basically a way of making it so that if you're charging multiple devices, so in other words, if I put a cable into one of the ports here and I'm charging my smartphone, and I also have my input cable in here so that it's charging the battery pack, it has a way that it determines the best way to charge both. So it'll actually it'll work on the smartphone first, or at least give the majority of the voltage going to the smartphone, and then the rest go to the battery pack. And then when the smartphone is completely full, it'll then go through and just recharge completely straight to the battery. So that's one of the things that you want to work on as well. The other term that also works like that is called pass-through charging. And that's exactly what I just described for you there. Some of the cheaper, less expensive battery packs do not do that. So in other words, make sure that it allows pass-through charging, where if you've got it plugged into the charger and it's actually charging and it's also charging the device, make sure it has pass-through charging, because you can damage the battery or the device if you do that, and it's not made for it. So that's usually with the less expensive ones. All right, so that's the main key things to really understand. The MAH, the MA, is the main thing that you want to remember when it comes to how much things do you want to charge up, how often you want to charge them, and how much juice you're going to get out of your pack. The higher the MAH for your battery pack, the more recharges you're going to get out of your devices, and the more heavy-duty devices that you can actually recharge, like your tablets. So keep that in mind for that. So there's a little shopping checklist that you might want to do, and this will all be in the show notes that you want to keep in mind if you're actually going out to buy a battery pack. And there's only 4 steps, so I'll just go through them kind of quick. Number 1, write down your total MAH needs and multiply that value by the percentage you want to extend your battery life. So in other words, if you want to do if you want to get 100% of your battery life through that, double it for whatever you have for your devices that you got to charge. Write down how many devices you want to charge simultaneously. This is the minimal number of ports you need. I can't see going more than 2 ports. If you're going to do that, you're going to get into some much more heavy-duty battery chargers than that if you need 3 or more. Note the number of high-draw devices you'll be using. So in other words, if you're just doing your smartphones, not so big of a deal. If you've got your iPad, your Kindle Fires, newer smartphones that, drain like a son of a gun, all benefits from having a 2.18 amp charging point. Make sure they have them. Not all battery packs have 2.1. They may just have 1 amp. One of the things that you want to consider as well is for your charger for your car. Check the charger. It may be just a 1 amp charger. You can get 2.4 amp out of your cigarette lighter plug-in for your car, which will double the speed of charging up your devices from your car as well. Just another thing to keep in mind. Let's see. And what extras do you want? Do you want extra cables? Do you want onboard LED lights? All the buzz and whistles? Wow. All the bells and whistles that you have. The buzz and whistles are extra. I'm just saying. If you want bells and whistles, those can cost too. As a matter of fact, sometimes they put things in.
Buzz and whistles are just very expensive.
Very expensive. That's just so much on the upper level. I don't even want to go there. But a lot of times they will do that. They will throw on some extra LED lights on the battery pack and charge you double for it. Just because there's an indicator light.
Especially the whistles.
Especially the whistles. Which should not be confused with woozles, which is a whole different thing.
That's another different
animal. So literally. So that's what you want to do. You want to consider your mod, your total mod, the amount of energy coming from your devices, the number of ports that you're going to need, and how much voltage comes out of those ports, and whatever extras you want for your battery. So keep that in mind. Again, we'll have all this in our show notes. And yeah, good stuff. Nice little reminder for everybody on what you need to do. And again, these make excellent stocking stuffers, even if it's for you, because you can never have too many battery packs as far as I'm concerned, especially when you have spouses that use yours. And
you can never have too many extra cables when you have a cat that uses them.
Yes, absolutely. Another animal there. All right, let's move on. Wow. Wuzzles?
I don't know. Your support helps keep all of the GeoSnippits Reboot shows running along. Please consider making a PayPal donation through the link on our website to support our efforts and your ongoing entertainment. From all of us at GeoSnippits, we thank you.
Absolutely. And please, we have literally thousands of viewers and listeners that listen to us and watch the GeoSnippits Reboot podcast each and every week. Surprisingly, a very small percentage of them actually are contributing members of the GeoSnippits Reboot podcast universe. And we're asking, please consider becoming a contributing member by going over to our Patreon graphic on any of our websites, either geosnippets.com, geosnippetsreboot.com, and click on the Patreon graphic and select one of the rewards that you have out of there. Many of them are nested, and it's as little as $1 a week. You can give more, please. We'd appreciate it if you do, but as little as $1 a week for the amount of time that you'd like to do can get you certain rewards. And those monies literally goes to help keep the lights on and contribute to all the things that goes into actually creating a podcast and keeping it going. Just a little reminder for you fine folks to let you know the final stages for our GeoSnippits patch is in process.
Woohoo.
It has gone through several stages, according to Aaron from Coins and Pins.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yes, and he has some trial.
Creative process is
very good, and Aaron is a stickler for things, and some things that they originally tried. We are going to be the first patch that they do that has glow in the dark. It looks awesome. They are also going to be trackable. And we are going to use this as a fundraiser. We need a new computer for the main studio, and we are going to try to get a Mac. And we'll give all the details of how you can contribute to this and what the minimum amount will be for a patch. There are going to be a limited number made, and we will take the proceeds from that and try to get ourselves a new computer for the studio. So that'll be coming up in early 2016. I can't wait to show off the patches. They are going to be awesome. Mm-hmm. And again, this is the first ones that Coins and Pins ever did in glow in the dark and trackable. So this is going to be really cool, and I can't wait to show you what it looks like once they start going into production.
You know what we need to do?
What do we need to do?
We need to make our 2016 path tag.
Yes, we do. That's another one that we're going to have for 2016 is to have people make a new one, a new Patreon.
Yep.
Yeah, and go that way too. Actually, it may not even just be Patreon. It might be a GeoSnippets path tag in of itself, and see what people will do for the show.
That may be a contest.
I believe it could be. Good idea. Good idea. All right. So let's move on. Please consider becoming a patron and helping with the show. Your donations are greatly, greatly appreciated for the folks that already are. Let's move on. All right. It is time for the GeoSnippits Geocaching Cache Dash. Let me explain what that is. We have some of the best companies in the geocaching world, and quite frankly, they want to tell you fine folks about the products and the services that they provide. And to do that, what they do is they will send us some of those products, and we turn them into prizes, of which we give away each and every week. And we call it the GeoSnippits Geocaching Cache Dash. And wife Amy, we are going to go over last week's episode for episode 137. Why don't we tell them what the prize, is?
Okay, the prize is from gxproxy.com, a goodie bag with a UV flashlight, a UV marker, CETO stamp, and trackable Trek tag.
Yep, awesome stuff. Lots of really good swag from gxproxy.com, and we get lots of compliments from folks all the time saying how much they like getting all this cool swag.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we love doing these goodie bags, and that was the prize for episode 137. What was the question?
Question was, which of America's founding fathers believed a turkey would make a better national symbol than a bald eagle? And that was good old Benjamin Franklin.
Yes, he was quite the jokester, but he was dead serious when it came to this. Thought that the turkey would make a much better representation of the United States.
Don't even get me started.
I'm just saying. We'll leave it right there. All right, so this is how this works. We have a random number generator. And the random number generator has a number between 1 and all the correct answers that were sent in for episode 137. And then also here, I have the list of all the correct answers of went in for episode 137. Now, wife Amy is going to take her magic geocoin.
Yeah, because I didn't get to flip it last week.
You didn't get to flip last week. She flipped, but I can't tell you what it was. So she's going to the coin, and it's going to either be heads or tails. Now, the random number generator that I just ran gave me a number, and if it was 4, it's not 4, and she did heads, we would count 1, 2, 3, 4 from the top, and that person would be the winner. If it was tails, we would count up 4 from the bottom, and that would be our winner. And that's how we choose and give just a little bit extra of random ness to the cache dash. Wife Amy, are we going heads down or tails up?
Tails.
Tails, of course it is. All right. Let's see. We have got, all right. And I am going to put this here. I'm going to mark it Benjamin Franklin. And the winner is B Mars 7391. Again, B Mars 7391. You are the winner of that very cool GX Proxy grab bag. B Mars, if you'd be so kind. Marshall. Yeah, if you'd be so kind as to send us your address, we will go through and get the prize out with you as soon as possible. Again, we've got prizes that we got another batch set up that are about to go out this week. So if you're waiting on a prize, give it another few days, and you should be getting them in the mail momentarily. And again, for the people at international, it does take longer for folks to go that way. So you say to yourself, hey, wait a minute. How do you get into this? They're winning cool prizes. How do I win these cool prizes? Well, it's very simple. All you have to do to be eligible to win a prize in the Cache Dash is, 1, you got to send in the correct answer. You can't win it if you don't play. For this episode 138, you've got until...
My apologies.
You've got until Wednesday, December...
Cornelius.
Wednesday, December 16th, 2015. That's this coming Wednesday. And you go through, and I'm going to put this up onto the bottom third for the folks to use it. Let's see, where did it go? Where did it go? All right. I'm going to put this up on the bottom show. So to send it, what you have to do is you send an email to gsreboot@gmail.com. Subject line Q1, episode 138. It's very important for this episode. Email to gsreboot@gmail.com. Subject Q1, episode 138. And when you do that, that's how we distinguish between 1 week and the next. Get it in by 12/16 this Wednesday, and you will be eligible for the prize. Now, sometimes we do for the weeks for the people in the live chat room. We're kind of moving things around a little bit. We're not going to be doing it this week or next week, but we will be doing it again in January when we do the promotion for GX Proxy. So we'll be giving away live prizes there, but we try to give away at least one a month. For the people to give incentive to come see the show and possibly win a prize. All right, wife Amy, why don't you be so kind and tell the fine folks what the prize and the question is for episode 138 this week.
All right. The prize is another goodie bag.
Yes, a good one.
And it's a purple whistle, my favorite color, trackable Trek tag.
Yes.
Bushwhack champion bracelet.
Yes.
A blue bison tube and path tag pendant display holder. These things are cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. We were talking about it earlier in the pre-show. One of the things that Beverly had showcased, I think it was at Geo Woodstock.
Yes.
And she had this, and it can be used as a little pendant.
Yeah.
Or it can be used as a display stand for a path tag.
Yes.
And it's really cool.
Or, for the time being, it can be hung on your tree.
Yes, a holiday ornament. So something that you want to do. What is the question?
The question is, what do you have to do to become a geocaching.com charter member?
Yes, there absolutely is in the glossary of terms a charter member. What do you have to do to be a charter member in geocaching.com? Send your answers in to GeoSnippits Reboot, and we will do that next week for episode 138. All right. Good stuff. All right. Move on. All right, folks, I hope you enjoyed this week's show. A little bit on the techie side, but I think it's good advice, especially if you're considering getting some stocking stuffers and those last-minute gifts for people for the holidays. A battery pack for a geocacher is pretty much a lifeblood thing nowadays because the way the smartphones batteries go, you need something to keep you on the move. And these are great gifts to consider for something like that. So we hope you enjoyed that part. Please let us know what you think about tonight's episode and what other things that you would like us to discuss. We'd greatly appreciate it. Send that in to gsreboot.com. And also, please consider becoming a patron and becoming a contributing factor for the show. And also, please tell other geocachers about the fun and excitement and interesting things that we go over each and every week with the Geocaching Insights of the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. All right, wife Amy, why don't you close us out?
Want to thank our sponsors, cash-events.com and coinsandpins.com. Want to thank Andy HeadHardHat Smith, and thanks everyone watching in the chat room. Please keep those comments coming in. We'll see y'all next time.
Yes. We also need you, please send in more feedback for wife Amy. We don't want a sad Amy. Believe me, I don't want a sad Amy. I'm just saying, get feedback in. I don't care what it is. Somebody read a weather report. I don't care. Let us know.
Oh, we're supposed to get snow. Speaking of weather.
I don't want to know that. Anywho.
8 to 12 inches.
Getting away. Get out of here.
Between December and January.
For a month. In this state, we'll see.
Yeah.
The mountains, maybe. Anywho, thank you for stopping me right in my tracks. I love when you do that.
I know you do.
You do it so well. So I'm going to use this part to say thank you, wife Amy, for all the things that you do for the show. Thank you so much. And folks, please come on by for the next episode of the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. Again, we're going to do a live show next week. We are going to have a montage special, hopefully featuring Chris Moose, not only next week, but also for Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. as well. We'll have montage episodes for that. If you go to our show notes for episode 138, we will have included there, free for you, a link to the Chris Moose YouTube video, just for the people going through withdrawals. Just saying. All right, folks, thank you so much. We hope you had a great time. And as we like to say in the GeoSnippits Reboot podcast studio, see you out on trails, folks. Bye-bye. Please be sure to join us each and every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time for another episode of the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast, right here on the GeoSnippits website at www.geosnippits.com. A video version of our show is available on YouTube, and the audio versions are available on iTunes, Stitcher, Blueberry, the Tech Podcast Network, and many of your favorite podcatchers. We love hearing from our viewers and listeners, so please leave your feedback by emailing us at gsreboot@gmail.com, visit us through our social media sites, or contact us via our voicemail line at 919-341-9519, or use our website Send Voicemail tab. GeoSnippits Reboot is a HeadHardHat production and is produced by Amy and Andy Smith. This show is copyright 2015 by Andrew T. Smith. All rights reserved. And clear. All right, folks. Hope you had a good one. Have a great one, a safe one. If you're out there traveling, we know a lot of people are out going out and doing their holiday stuff. Be safe out there. We want to see you next week on the show and through all the way into 2016 and beyond.
Actually, Saturday I'll be at Interact.
Yes.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't.
Mm-mm.
All right.
Doing my little Interact thing.
Awesome.
With the holiday bazaar.
Is it holiday stuff?
Yep. It's a holiday bazaar.
Awesome. Good stuff.
It's awesome.
I will be doing stuff myself. I don't know what it is yet. Could be something as navel lint. I don't know. We'll figure it out. All right, folks. Have a good one. Have a safe one. And we'll see you next week. Try to live with that one without the image. Bye-bye, folks.